December 24, 1971. Lima, Peru. Lanza Airlines Flight 508 takes off, carrying 86 passengers. Their destination? The jungle city of Pucallpa. It's Christmas Eve. Families are smiling, flight attendants are serving breakfast, the pilots are chatting about their holiday plans. Everything feels normal. Until it doesn't. As the plane begins its descent over the Amazon rainforest, dark storm clouds swallow the sky. Then lightning, then violent turbulence. The aircraft begins shaking uncontrollably. Overhead luggage bursts open, bags crash down onto passengers, panic spreads through the cabin. For nearly 20 minutes, the plane is tossed like a toy in a hurricane. Then, at 21,000 feet, lightning strikes the right wing. Flames erupt. Seconds later, the wing tears off. The aircraft begins breaking apart mid-air. At 10,000 feet above the Amazon rainforest, the plane disintegrates. Air traffic controllers watching the radar see the dot vanish. Just like that, the aircraft is gone. Search teams launch one of the largest rescue operations in Peruvian history. Days later, deep in the Amazon jungle, they find wreckage scattered across miles. Suitcases hanging from trees, Christmas gifts dangling from branches like ornaments, but no survivors. Authorities declare everyone dead. After all, who could survive a 10,000-foot fall? But they were wrong. One passenger was still alive. Her name was Juliane Koepcke. She was just 17 years old. Juliane had been seated in 19F, a window seat near the back of the plane. When the aircraft broke apart, her row of 3 seats detached, still bolted together. Because she had her seatbelt on, she remained strapped in. She fell 10,000 feet, still attached to her seat, spinning through the sky, alone. Below her stretched the endless green canopy of the Amazon, thick, tangled, and impossible to see the ground through. Somewhere during the fall, she blacked out. When she woke up, it was Christmas morning. She was lying on the jungle floor, alive. She had a broken collarbone, a severe knee injury, deep cuts on her arm and leg, one eye swollen shut, a concussion, no glasses, one missing sandal, and no sign of her mother. But here's the unbelievable part. She survived because of 3 miracles. Powerful storm updrafts slowed her descent. The row of seats spun like a helicopter blade, reducing speed. The dense Amazon canopy acted like a natural cushion. Out of 86 people, she was the only one who survived. But the real nightmare was just beginning. Juliane wasn't just any teenager. Her parents were zoologists who ran a research station deep in the Amazon called Panguana. She had spent years learning how to survive in the jungle. She knew one rule. If you're lost in the rainforest, find water. Water leads to streams, streams lead to rivers, rivers lead to people. So she searched. After hours of calling for her mother and hearing nothing but insects and frogs, she found a small trickle of water in the mud. Hope. She began walking. Food was almost non-existent. The rainforest floor receives very little sunlight, almost nothing edible grows there. She found a bag of soaked Christmas fruitcake, ruined by rain. Then a small packet of candy. 30 pieces. That was it. She rationed them carefully. Day after day, she walked along the stream, through thick vines, over fallen trees, over slippery rocks. At night, she slept against trees to prevent animal attacks from behind. Rain soaked everything. Fire was impossible. She kept moving. On the 4th day, she saw vultures circling. Soon, she discovered 3 bodies still strapped into their seats, buried headfirst into the jungle floor. For a moment, she feared one of them was her mother. She noticed nail polish. Her mother didn't wear nail polish. Relief, mixed with horror. She kept moving. Days passed. Her candy ran out. She survived by drinking river water. Her wounds became infected. Flies laid eggs inside her cuts. Maggots began burrowing into her flesh. She had no medicine, no tools. Using a small ring, she tried to dig them out. She kept walking. She began hallucinating, hearing houses, seeing rooftops, imagining chickens. But she didn't stop. On the 6th day, she heard a bird, a Watson. She knew this bird nests near large rivers. She pushed forward. Finally, her small stream opened into a wide river, nearly 30 feet across. For the first time since the crash, she saw open sky. She waited. A rescue plane flew overhead. She waved. She screamed. They didn't see her. Soon the rescue flight stopped altogether. The search was officially called off. She was alone. Completely alone.
But she remembered her father's words. Where there is a river, there are people. So she did something unthinkable. She jumped into the river and let the current carry her. For days she drifted downstream, weak, starving, barely conscious. Then, on the 10th day, she found a small boat tied near a wooden hut. Real, not a hallucination. She waited. Soon 3 local lumber workers arrived. They were stunned to see a blonde teenage girl emerge from the jungle. They treated her wounds with gasoline to kill the maggots, painful, but life-saving. Then they transported her by canoe to safety. Juliane Koepcke survived 11 days alone in the Amazon rainforest after falling 10,000 feet from a disintegrating airplane. She was the sole survivor of Lanza Flight 508. Years later, she became a biologist, just like her parents. And her story remains one of the most unbelievable survival stories in human history.